Hello, boys and girls. It's time for another teenage bedtime story. Tonight's story is about the boy who forgot to wear his raincoat. Before I start the story, I know I've been kind of hard on all the teenage boys out there, so the story for tonight is for you teenage boys. Once upon a time, there was a teenage boy who wanted to go to the hardware store to buy some garden hose. The dad, being an experienced man in buying garden hose, advised his son to bring a raincoat in case it rained. The teenage boy, however, being a know-it-all, did not listen and went to the hardware store carrying nothing but the wallet in his pocket. When the boy got to the hardware store, he looked at all kinds of garden hose. They had a black garden hoe, a white garden hoe, a hoe made in the Philippines, Korean hoe, Cambodian hoe, all kinds of hoes. So he tried each hoe, and finally, when he found one that he liked, he paid for it in cash. Then he walked out of the hardware store and headed home. While walking home, it rained all of a sudden, and the boy got so wet, but he had nothing to protect himself from the elements. When the boy got home, he was soaking wet and felt so sick. He jumped in the shower and changed his clothes and went to bed with his hoe because he was so excited to have a new hoe. The next morning, he woke up and he was so sick. He had a fever, and he had shaking hands, and he had these rashes all over his body. And the dad knew right away what happened. The boy had caught a virus. So they went to the doctor, and luckily the virus was not deadly. However, it was very painful, and the boy had to live with it for a few months. The doctor gave some medicine, and the boy and the dad went home. The end. Now the moral lesson here, boys, is always carry a raincoat with you, especially when you're going to the hardware store to buy some garden hose. And the second moral lesson is, if you don't have to, don't sleep with the hoe, because the sharp part might hit your face. Anyway, this has been a teenage bedtime story. Good night.